to bed and went forth before him all, insomuch that there were all amazed and glorified who? They didn't glorify the preacher, did they? Who they glorified? God said what? We never saw it on this fashion. Let me tell y'all something, church. This is a powerful text. This is a very powerful text. Jesus here has already handpicked his disciples and he was preparing them for his departure away from earth. And he was showing them by the preaching experience on the things that he left in their control. Jesus is healing sick folk. Stay with me for a minute.
Yes, sir.
Jesus is healing sick folk. He has been out into Galilee, and there was people who was possessed with the devil. And Jesus rebuked the devil, and the devil came out of it. Every one of us had the devil in this time or two. Some of us 150, thousands. Yeah, we all fall in that boat.
Yes, sir.
But when Jesus said, look here, get out of it, it comes out of it. It's all right. He made a way, didn't he? So here it is. These people were sick. They were sick with sick with all manner of sick. So the Bible said he enters again into Capernaum. Now this is Jesus. He was here comes a man who was doing all of this, and people was at all about this man named Jesus. People were all excited about this little boy, this man. He was a little man, and he came up to be a young soldier for his father. And here it is, people were in awe about him. Here it is, Mary's baby boy. Y'all know what I'm talking about. We're talking about Mary's baby boy, the son of Joseph and Mary, a little boy that come from the ghetto. How do I know that he's from the ghetto? Because Nathaniel said, can anything good come out of Nazareth?
Yes, sir.
So that's what a lot of folks are saying about Murfreesboro down here in these headquarters.
Yes, sir.
I'm finna get you where I need you to be in a minute. Down here, can anything, when was the last time a doctor came out of this area? When was the last time a lawyer came out of this area? Let me just even ease down to a school teacher. Come out. Can anything good come out of here? But if Jesus came out of Nazareth, out of the ghetto, out of a nowhere that was forbidden to be spoken of, then what can come out of this neighborhood?
Come on now.
Come on, brother.
They in awe about this man named Jesus, healing the sick. Now here it is. There were a man who's capacitated, laying in the bed, sick with the palsy, unable to move about. And these four men come up to this man to help him get to Jesus. Here we go. Before I start preaching, we'll teach a little bit. I want you to find yourself in this text. I want you to find out, are you the sick one laying in the bed? Or are you one of the four helping somebody get to Jesus?
Come on, bro.
You find yourself in, and I don't know where you are in your life. I don't know your ailments. You might be a drunkard. You might be a womanizer, a woman abuser. You might be a drug addict. You might be I don't know where you are. But whatever illness you got, let me tell you something. There's somebody here that's going to take you to where you need to get.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Come on, bro.
A minute.
Tell him, bro.
And the house, here it is. Now, Jesus had healed all of these folks, so they heard that he was in town. Jesus had come back to Capernaum, and the house was so full that you couldn't even get by the door. Ain't that something? Look in here. How many seats you see empty? Everything that goes on in this world, you can pack the house, but when it comes down to worshiping God, you can live right across the street and won't come out.
Come on, bro.
And see what God has to
That's
say
right
to you.
now. That's so true.
Now let a ball game go on. Let Murfreesboro Rattlers make the championship team.
Yes,
We'll fill Walmart Stadium. I ain't even got to go that far. All I got to do is come by your house on Thanksgiving or on Christmas, look at your yard, your house is full, and if you would invite me in, the table is full. The blessings God gave you, but when it comes out to coming out to see what God has to say, what's wrong with the house?
Come on, brother.
Do This house is packed full of folk, and they helping us up. Now, when I thought about this, look at your text. Stay in the text. I was like, who can be so selfless?
Come on now.
To go out of their way to help somebody find Jesus.
All right now.
Now, where we are today, we're trying to keep people away from Jesus. Y'all ain't really what I'm saying.
Come on,
We're trying to say
hear
who can and who can't God help.
Yes, sir.
We're trying to do the work of the Lord for him. Oh, she ain't no good. Don't take her in your time. No. Let me tell you what God. Let me tell you, it's our duty to take them to Jesus and let Jesus fix the problem.
Yes, sir, bro. Yes, sir. Tell him, bro. Come on.
Yeah, that so-and-so ain't nothing but a so-and-so. That ain't none of your business. Bring them to get some help.
Yes, sir.
Come on, brother.
We all need some help. The church is a hospital, and it's there for sick folk. And if you ain't sick, then you don't go to no hospital. You get what I'm saying? So there's something wrong with you, me, all of us.
Yes, sir.
Come on, brother.
And I'm here to tell you, I serve a God that can help us all.
Oh, yeah.
That can help every one of us.
Oh, yes.
So who would be so selfless? Just to look at the text. To go out of their way to help a man laid in the bed who can't move, can't wash himself, when he urinate on himself, might have a bowel movement. Who would help this man get to Jesus? Now let me tell you this. I don't know if it was right across the street or if it was 100 miles down the road. They did it.
Yes,
The
sir.
Bible don't say.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if he was big like me, a little like little young Burton right there. I don't know. The Bible don't say, but they still helped the man get to Jesus.
That's right.
It didn't matter how big, how far, they got him to where he needed to go.
That's right.
That's
Yes,
good stuff.
Yes, sir.
God help.
That's it, bro.
Who would do it? I tell you who would do it. It had to be somebody who had an encounter with the master.
All right now.
Y'all get what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Because ain't no way in the world I'll go through all of that trouble trying to help somebody else get there if I don't know if he gonna get no help, and I might have to, y'all ain't hearing what I'm saying, I might have to carry him back. Whoever it was had an encounter with Jesus. I truly believe it. If you look back up in the text, you'll find there was this man of leprosy. And this man had leprosy. Leprosy is just our modern day AIDS. You couldn't come inside the city. You had to stay outside the walls of the city. And Jesus came to him and he asked Jesus to help him. And Jesus cleansed the man. And Jesus said, go and show yourself to the priest. Because he had to go through the priest because the priest had to deem that he was clean before he put him back into population. Y'all get what I'm saying? But on his way, on his way, Jesus told him, don't tell nobody. But that man was full. And how many know that when Jesus in you, you can't hold it to yourself? He got out there and told him, and the house began to fill up because of these words and the work that Jesus was doing. When you got it, you can't keep it.
That's right, brother.
You're going to give it away.
Yes, sir.
God know how to move and work in you. It's going somewhere. So I know it had to be somebody. Was it the leper? I don't know. Was it Lazarus whom he had raised from the dead? I don't know.
That's right, brother.
Was it blind Bartimaeus? I don't know. Was it the man that was laid there with the fever? I don't know. But I know it's somebody that had an encounter with the master.
Yes,
Come on,
sir.
now.
Yes, sir. Come
See,
on,
I
bro.
done had an encounter. You might not believe it, but I done been touched by the master. You get what I'm saying? I ain't talking about he came down here and hit me inside the head. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the man of God preached the word to me, and when he preached to me, I became obedient, went down in that water, and ever since then, God has been touching on me, and I've had an encounter with. Don't look at me funny. There's some folk in here that had one too.
Come on now, brother. Come on.
It's somebody else. I ain't the only one been touched.
They won't say amen.
See, and us that have been touched, don't act like we always been this holy.
Come on now.
We ain't, bro.
We ain't always been where we are right now. No man, no son. You see, we ain't always been able to call upon the name of the Lord.
Come on,
but
brother.
now, since I've been touched by the Master, since I realized the goodness of God, my house can be in a wreck and I can call on it.
Come on, brother. Yes, sir.
All people on my job can just be running my name in the ground, but I can call on it.
Yeah.
Even when my money's funny, I can call on it.
Yes, sir.
Come on now. It might not be filled up, but I tell you what, I ain't got to worry about it.
Come on now. My God.
Whoever it was, I believe that they had an encounter
Yes, sir.
with the Lord.
Yes, sir.
Come on. Let me show you something. Come on. Give me 4 big men and 1 little one. Let me show y'all something. If you ever want the church to get where God is trying to get you, you're going to have to be like these 4 men. We can't be lazy like the centurion. The centurion had a servant who was sick. And the centurion told Jesus, he said, you don't have to come. You just touch the man. I mean, just speak the word and he'll be healed. These men wasn't lazy. I'm going to show you, give you a demonstration on how this thing works. The preacher can't do everything. I'm going to say that again. Let y'all well know this. The preacher cannot do everything. See, God has placed an order in his church. And he left it up to the preacher to put the things in order. Titus 1, I got scripture for it. Titus 1 and verse number 5. The Bible said, for I left you in Crete, that you will set things in order, things that are wanted, to ordain elders, deacons in every city. This is going to be a team effort. We're not going to do this stuff, and ain't none of us getting the glory. God getting the glory. Let me show you. Let me show you how we do it. Look at that picture that you just seen. 4 men carrying a man of Jesus. This is how it works. Who want to be a preacher? You get on that end of thing. Face that wall. I wanted you. I need, but that's okay. You next door, get up there at that end of the table. I'm coming. Marcus, you get right here. Brother, turn that way. Did you lay, I mean, not the, then I tell you lay on the table. I'm finna give you. This is a capacitated man laying here who can't even wipe himself when he get dirty. Urinate on the step. And these 4 men are willing to deal with that. See, what I'm trying to tell you, sometimes you're going to have to get nasty. You're going to have to get dirty. See, we got to follow Jesus' example. Jesus, when he was in the upper room, he grabbed the tunic and he got down on his knees and washed his disciples' feet. Y'all understand what I'm saying? He washed, and you know, that was the sign of a servant or a slave. And Jesus said, I'm just showing you. So sometimes you're going to have to get dirty to bring somebody to Jesus. Sometimes you're going to have to go in the whole houses to get somebody to Jesus. Sometimes you're going to have to go in the crack houses to get somebody to Jesus. Sometimes you got to go in the jail cells to get somebody to Jesus. Ain't no limit to where you can go to get somebody to Jesus, because he said, go ye therefore and teach all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son. We're going to have to get out there and get folk. Folk just ain't going to come to us. Y'all get what I'm saying? Yeah. So 4 men working together. Now this is the preacher. This is how this thing going to work right here. This is the preacher. This is the elder. This is the deacon. And this is y'all members.